Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be sharing with you a recipe for this really easy but absolutely delicious Banoffee pie. Let's get started. Here's some crushed up biscuits and some melted butter. I'm going to add the butter into the biscuit and then give it a good mix. The amount of butter you'll need may vary depending on what type of biscuit you use or how fine your biscuits are. Here I have an 8-inch tart pan with a removable bottom. To that I'm going to add in my biscuit mix and then press it out nice and evenly to all the corners. I personally like a thin crust, but if you like a thicker crust, you can add more biscuit and add a little bit more butter. Take your time and gently press it out to all the corners just like this. Now for our caramel syrup. First I'm going to add in some sugar, followed by some water, which will help allow the sugar to heat up more evenly. Then I'm going to turn on the heat to low, slowly heating it up until it turns into a nice light amber color. You can give it a gentle mix, but be really careful. After you've stirred, make sure to rinse your spatula first before putting it back, or the sugar may start to crystallize. Now my sugar syrup has reached the color I want. I'm going to turn off the heat and then add in my heavy cream. It will bubble up, so do be careful. Give it a really good stir and then add in some salt. Stir again and set the caramel aside to cool. Now for our chocolate ganache layer. First I'm going to add in some dark chocolate and followed by some heavy cream. I personally prefer about 50 to 70% dark chocolate, but you can definitely use ones with lower percentage. Just take note that it will be quite sweet. Stir until smooth and set it aside to cool slightly. Now for the assembly. First I'm going to add in the caramel that we've prepared earlier, which has already slightly cooled, and then spread it out into a nice thin layer. Here I'm going to take some bananas that I've already evenly sliced and then place it onto the caramel layer. Then add in the chocolate ganache that we've already prepared and then spread it out nice and evenly. Now for our whipped cream. In this bowl I have some really cold heavy cream, and to that I'm going to add some vanilla extract, followed by some powdered sugar, and we're going to whip this up until it reaches medium stiff peaks. You definitely don't want to over whip your heavy cream, so you just want to whip it until you reach the consistency just like shown in the video. I'm going to transfer the mixture into a piping bag, but if you want you can just dope it on. I'm removing here the tart out of the pan and then pipe on the whipped cream. I'm adding on some sliced banana just for a prettier presentation. Then I'm going to dust the top with a gentle layer of cocoa powder. And we're done! Now we're ready to slice and serve. This recipe isn't overly sweet because it has that dark chocolate to balance out the sweetness. I really love this recipe and I hope you will too. I recommend you serve it nice and cold, but if you're not ready, you can pop it in the fridge. But it wasn't a required thing for us because it was all gone in 5 minutes. I hope you enjoyed this recipe, and don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. Follow me on Instagram too.